Well, they were hoping to get some 5,000 fans in tonight. The arena spreads out here. It's a big conference center, expo center, if you like. The Ukrainians taking their boxing very seriously, and so they should do. They joined the party, as it were, in season 3. Nobody really expected too much out of them, and they didn't do so well in the group stages. Only just got through into the quarterfinals, but then just carried on getting momentum, made it all the way to the final of their first season, season 3, and really surprised everybody. Haven't quite returned to that form yet, but I think in this team they are pretty solid. But as Richie said, Group A, dare I say the old cliche, the group of death.
І перевага тоді була на боці боксера з Туманного Альбіону. Тож сьогодні українському атаману дуже потрібна ваша підтримка. Отже, у синій кут запрошується боксер команди британські левові серця
Andrew Selby here of Wales.
Selby.
Fighting for the British Lionhearts. 2 times AIBA World Championship medalist. I remember you once saying to me, Richie, that the AIBA World Championships is certainly harder than the Olympics and easily the hardest contest in the world to make it all the way to a final in.
Yeah, very hard tournament indeed. The Worlds was so unlucky not to win gold, but a double European champion. That just shows you the class of talent this lad has. And he's very good over 5 rounds also. I watch him week in, week out in the sparring sessions. And sometimes, I mean, the coach is at ringside, he does things and the coach's jaw just drops because how did he do that? How did he throw that punch from that angle? How did he avoid that? Very talented lad indeed. The name of the game in boxing is to hit and not get hit. And this fella, he does it very well indeed.
Well, he's lost his #1 ranking. He's dropped to #2, which still isn't too shabby. And I'm sure after another few good, solid wins, he could be knocking on the door of being the #1 again. But standing in his way, also in the flyweights, is Azat USENALIEV. One thing Joe Joyce said before coming out here is there's good old-fashioned amateur-style boxing with all the lights turned on in a hall somewhere, and then there's full-on professional feel. The music's kicking, the lights are on, which brings back a few memories, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is what it's all about now, just keeping those invisible blinkers on, to be honest, as you get to the ring and just wait for your opponent. Selby's quite experienced, but it's a nice big ring. Really is for a good moving boxer that Selby is. But this fella, USENALIEV, he's no mug himself. He's ranked #8 in the world. Selby's at #2, so he's in the top 10, this guy. And he will obviously want to win here on home soil, get his team off to a good start. So this is a tough opening contest and could be the contest of the night in terms of the skill that will be shown.
I'm sure there'll be a pocket of South Wales down in Barry, where Andrew Selby is from. That'll be on the edge of their seats right now, waiting to see how their man does. Brother Lee, of course, an excellent boxer himself.
Йому 26 років, зріст 171 сантиметр. Дворазовий чемпіон Європи 11 та 13 років. Срібний призер чемпіонату світу 11 року. Бронзовий призер світової першості 13 року. Ізраїльця Андрю Селбі. У червоному куті рингу легіонер українських отаманів, представник Киргизстану. Йому 23 роки, зріст 167 сантиметрів. За плечима нашого боксера перемоги на чемпіонаті Азії та Азіатських ігор. Багаторазовий чемпіон Киргизстану.
He's going to have a large crowd behind him and look very confident at the weigh-in. What has he got to lose? Nothing too much, really. He's probably the biggest outsider, as it were, in terms of chances, in terms of matchups. Well, there is our referee overseeing this bout. 5 3-minute rounds. Great Britain's Andrew Selby in the red trunks, Azat USENALIEV for Ukraine, the 23-year-old from Kyrgyzstan originally, is fighting from the blue corner. Well, the calm before the storm. What Andrew Selby is going to turn up here today? Is it the absolute superstar we know so well at the big championships? Will he take it easy? Now, Richie, I suppose you probably do know the tactics, don't you?
Well, it'll just be to win the first round, obviously, and to start quickly. That's what as I say, we tell all the lads and try and get that message home to win that first round. So expect Selby to start quickly, but also USENALIEV, he'll have to start fast. He's conceding a little bit of height and reach, so you may see this lad in the blue shorts go forward and try and get inside the longer reach of Andrew Selby. The problems that USENALIEV has got in that Selby is a natural switch hitter. He's boxing as an orthodox boxer, now leading with his left, but he twitches to southpaw. He doesn't even realise he does it. Sometimes his feet come square like there and he gets caught with the odd shot, but still, very skillful man to box as an orthodox and southpaw and do both styles as well.
Couple of good connections there from Selby. Certainly is an advantage having such long arms, and he seems to launch punches from all kinds of angles, doesn't he?
Well, Selby's just boxing. He's not finding his range at the moment, Andrew Selby. He's got to get a little bit closer. USENALIEV, he's boxing quite well on that back foot. He's making Selby lead and fall short and then come back with a counter. So Selby's just got to move his feet into range. You can see he's just missing the target there. So his range isn't quite right yet, Andrew Selby.
Well, some decent defense there from the Ukrainian. USENALIEV covering up when he had to.
Just falling short again. Selby just going to move a little bit closer. There you go. Once he finds his range, then USENALIEV will have real problems.
Selby's starting to enjoy himself now. He's figuring his opponent out, taking his time here. Of course, this isn't three-minute rounds like the World Championships or the Commonwealth Games for that matter. He's got 5 rounds here, so plenty of time in which to make his move, as it were. How do you see that one, Rich?
Yeah, quite a fairly close round. That could have gone either way, to be quite honest. Selby started to come back into it the last minute or so, but early on in the round, he was just falling short with his shots. Just catches his opponent there with a short right hand. But USENALIEV just came through with a couple of good shots earlier on in the round when Selby just struggled with his distance. Little right hand there. As he slipped to the left, that was a good shot, the Ukrainian. And again there. It'll be interesting to see how the judges will go. Well, close round.
There are, of course, 5 judges ringside, 3 of whom are randomly selected. It's the most open and safe scoring system. It's a 10-point must system, and here we go. 3 judges have been selected. We don't know who they are till the end. 10-9 across the board to USENALIEV, and the way they score it in AIBA, of course, is ring dominance is important. Going forward, being aggressive, but clean blows. And you have to say the Ukrainian certainly got some good shots in.
First 2 minutes of the round, he pretty probably won the round on those first 2 minutes. Selby started to get his range in the second part of the round, especially the last minute, but just didn't quite do enough. So he's a round down.
one of the good things about having this open judging system as well, is there's no big guessing game going into the final round how far you are behind. If you're 3 or 4 points down on a judge's scorecard across the board, well, then you've got to go out there and knock them out in the final round.
Selby's starting to get into his rhythm now, but USENALIEV, he's boxing a clever bout, this lad. He's on the back foot and he's waiting for Selby. 2-4 short. So a clever display. I think what Selby's got to do here, Colin, he's got to up the pace a little bit more. Got to go through the gears. So probably throwing too many single shots, so he's got to double up his attacks, sustain a little bit of pressure. And let's see what USENALIEV is like under some pressure.
Well, these two have met before in the WSB, and Selby came out on top. But if you were to plot USENALIEV's form on a graph, it's just gone up and up and up. In fact, he was Asian Boxer of the Month, June 2014. And it is now up inside the top 10 in the world in terms of seeding. What does seeding mean? It's all down to what happens on the night. And right now, the number 2 in the world is having a good workout here.
Better from Selby there with the right hand, and then brought his opponent onto another shot. Like I said, he's starting to go through the gears a little bit more. USENALIEV has been a little bit negative on the back foot totally. WSB scoring, and the judges like to see opponents going forward, forcing the contest, putting it on their opponent. USENALIEV is just sitting back. And for me, he's losing this round. I think Selby's may have won this one.
Just a trip over there. Back underway again. Andrew Selby of the British Lionhearts in red, putting in a better second round here, but some great counter-punching there from USENALIEV. And a great exchange at the end there. Well, did he do enough at the end there, the Ukrainian, just to put himself back in contention?
Alexander Usyk there, Olympic champion as heavyweight, 2012, part of the Ukraine commentary team there. I think Selby's done enough to win this round. Better shots from him. We're obviously seeing USENALIEV there just landing with a shot, but majority of the round I thought Selby got back on level terms there, outworked his opponent.
Well, the great thing is, yeah, it's no guessing game. We're going to have the results coming up in just a second or two. So write your scores down, see what you think. Yeah, I think certainly that the Welshman was, for the first 2.5 minutes, very much in control. The Ukrainian did get in some good, clean shots at the end, and they scored highly on that in the first round. There you go. It's a mixed bag. So 2 judges went in favor of the Ukrainian.
I don't agree with that. I thought it was that should have been to Selby, to be quite honest. So he's got it all to do now, entering this third round. Really step on the gas a little bit, go through them gears, and put this fella under a little bit more pressure. He did it in that second round. Just went through the gears, didn't he, and up the work rate. And USENALIEV then struggled a little bit.
Well, I guess if you're going to have your best section of a round, it should come in the last 30 seconds. Nothing like a good flurry at the end to sway the judges. Andrew Selby in the red shorts for the British Lionhearts. Certainly can't afford to lose this round. Oh, goodness me, a cracking punch there. And the Ukrainian slipped over. He got a good one in on the Welshman before he went over.
Best shot of the round so far from USENALIEV. Just a sharp right hand, wasn't it? Caught Selby. Flush. And really got the crowd going here. Oh, he got some damage on that eye.
Just bringing in the ring doctor, I think. Make sure it's all right. Goodness. Well, what do you do now, Richie, in this situation if it's closing quickly?
Well, at the moment, he just said I can see fine, and he should be able to. The problem he's got, I think, it's his left eye, so he's got to keep that left hand a little bit higher. See, it's the left eye, so he's going to walk onto the right hand. So what he's got to do maybe is just work better with his left hand and get it on guard. If you look at his left hand, he's very low, Andrew Selby, and he's walked onto that right hand. Now he's got to protect that eye. Any more big shots on it, and then it will close up, and then the contest would have to be stopped. So he's got to think about defence here and move more to his right, away from his opponent's right hand.
Still great head movement there. One eye or not, that's just somewhat dangerous tactics with only one eye, and he gets clipped there with a left hand. Suddenly his 9-0 WSB record, Andrew Selby, is looking under threat here. Oh, and he gets hit hard with the right hand. And this round certainly looks like it's going to go to the Ukrainian. Good exchange again.
Tremendous stuff from both boxers here. Selby walks onto another one there. See, now and again, just walking forward, hands low, just gets caught. That's a good shot from USENALIEV again.
Well, this is the action you get in 5 3-minute rounds. Selby knows he's got to get busy now, and he's just getting a little too loose here. Great left hand right on the bell, but Richie, I think that's going to go the way of the Ukrainian.
A tough round for him, isn't it? Some injury there, Lee pulling in that corner now. Just have to settle him down. Let's have a look at some of the action here. Is that right hand coming up straight through the guard of Selby, who was caught a little bit square with his feet. That's how he got caught there. His target full onto his opponent when he came square with his feet. Walked onto that right hand. USENALIEV just moved out to the side. Long right uppercut there. And then back to safety. So it's good boxing from the Ukraine. As he's coming forward here, Selby just walks onto the shot.
Well, let's see what the scores are. Yes, 10-9. Goodness me, 10-8 even. So that's not just a close round, that has certain dominance in it too by one of the judges, perhaps a little harsh.
A little harsh. I mean, apart from the right hands, it was a good round for both boxers. Shouldn't be a 10-8.
You don't often see a 10-8 in the WSB, and yeah, indeed, I think that probably was a little over the score, but whatever has happened, it puts Andrew Selby in the red trunks, the world #2, really in a difficult situation with that left eye closing up as well. Just, well, under 2 rounds to go here against this young Ukrainian who has just been brilliant so far, USENALIEV.
Yeah, he's boxed a clever fight, hasn't he, USENALIEV, on that back foot, starting to come forward now. He's worked well with his jab, he's been accurate with his right hand as Selby's come forward, and he's kept the movement going. Selby hasn't really been able to nail him with clean punches. Just missing the target, just inches from the target, but so important. That could have been a tremendous shot there. It was just a little bit more forward, closer.
Just under 90 seconds to go here in round 4, the penultimate round, and it's very much Selby who's doing the chasing here. That eye is almost closed. sure quite what the referee was suggesting there, perhaps doing some talking. Another pretty even exchange there. We have just under 30 seconds to go. And USENALIEV, of the two, looks like he's huffing, puffing a little bit more, so perhaps Selby can put his foot down here.
Yeah, it's a fairly close round. He just needs a good ending now. And Selby. USENALIEV himself will know it's fairly close. Tricky one to score.
So, 4 rounds up, 1 to go, and if Andrew Selby loses this round, suddenly he's going to need a knockout.
I just heard him say, I can't see a thing, so that is a problem.
Well, as a switching boxer going from southpaw to orthodox, I mean, with his left eye shut, which way should he really go now to protect himself?
Well, I think it's the left eye, isn't it? Is it the left eye? It's the right eye, isn't it? Sorry.
It's the left, yes. Right as we look at it, left.
Sorry, I'm not talking. It's the left eye, and so he's got to protect it. What I'm saying is, he's got to protect it from the right hand over the top. If he turns to southpaw, the eye is a little bit further away. So let's have a look. USENALIEV.
My goodness, 40 to 35 on Judge C's scorecard, 40 to 36 on Judge A. So, I mean, it has to be a knockout now. There's no other option here. Andrew Selby's got to go at it for 3 minutes with, well, he might not go at it at all if the doctor stops it. Just how bad is that eye? Oh, he can't see at all, can he? And the doctor stopped it.
Yeah, well, he said in the corner, didn't he, that he can't see out of it. So that is the right decision. At the end of the day, you've got to look after the boxer. And I think that the doctor has seen his eye, and that's what he's thinking. He's got to look after this lad.
Well, sadly for Andrew Selby, his first loss in the WSB, 9 wins prior to this, and
that's the shot that we think did it.
Yeah.
Colin.
It's just a cracking right hand, wasn't it? He was coming down onto it as well.
So it wasn't as if it was a head clash or anything like that. It was just a very sharp, good right-hand punch.
Yeah, if there was a head clash, there'd be an argument that it was the other man's fault, perhaps. But even if it went to the scorecards, yeah, it's all over here, I'm afraid. And disappointing, no doubt, for Andrew Selby, who, well, you've been training him. He looks in spectacular condition. He's broken sweat, but barely. He's really looking solid. Just the eye.
He's just, well, his timing was a little bit out, wasn't it? And let's give credit to USENALIEV. He boxed very well indeed.
The winner by TKO in round 5, Azat USENALIEV.
So there's the winner, Azat USENALIEV from Kyrgyzstan. Takes the victory in the flyweights in this Ukraine versus Great Britain matchup. The man who won 3 out of 4 fights in the WSB kicks it off with a winning start here in Kiev. TKO, round number 5. Andrew Selby, one of the big bankers for Great Britain, has gone down. So suddenly things are looking a little bit tricky for this British side. A win against the Chinese in week 1, 3-2. Now they have a really tough task ahead of them.
Чемпіон світу за версією WBO Василь Ломаченко. А також олімпійський чемпіон, який сьогодні ще й коментує українських отаманів, інтерконтинентальний чемпіон за версією WBO Олександр Усик.